Simon Ince, I'm a project engineer at UL, based out of Warrington in the United Kingdom.
So I'm Craig Cleveland, Technical Director of R. Lewis & Co. We're here in Cardiff where we conceived the idea and created Injectaclad.
Clive Miles, CEO and founder of CLM Fireproofing.
All started when I bought a new build house. I'd been living there around 18 months when we identified that we had missing cavity barriers.
Complete surprise to me at the AGM when Niall announced us as the award winners. A number of my colleagues put us forward for it, but it was ultimately for our early engagement process that we apply with our major clients.
I'm here because I've got a academic achievement award. I gained the highest score in the IFE Level 2 Passive Fire Protection exam.
Injectaclad is a product designed to retrospectively repair cavity barriers where they're either inconsistent or missing. So 2017 is where we first came up with the idea, and we've been working our way through different scenarios, different clients, and now we're at a stage where Injectaclad is a product that can be used.
So I was prompted to look into that through a Watchdog programme, and it took a good 2 years to go through that whole process and resolve that issue. During that time, I just felt like there must be more people out there who are going through this, and I started a campaign group. So I reached out across as many social media areas as I could and found pockets of different resident groups here, there and everywhere.
I would say, though, our testing is site specific. So I've tested multiple types of insulation in different scenarios using shelf angles and DPC and all sorts of horrible things. I've used OSB boards for my timber, and I've tried to copy site scenarios.
And so from that campaign, there were 200 homes that were inspected by an independent inspector, and many of them were found to have those issues after the developer's own tradespeople had said that there wasn't an issue. So we've got people who are now living in safe homes thanks to the work that was done.
Obviously UL themselves will let me go and give me the opportunity to go and do that. They obviously paid for my course and my exam. And then my boss, Chris Miles, who's a long-standing member of the ASFP, obviously he supported me through this and wanted to know a little bit more about it. It was a new initiative at the time, I think, when I took the exams. So he gave me the encouragement to go ahead and do it.
The early engagement does is it gives us an opportunity to influence what it is that we're actually going to fire stop, or what it is that we're going to, what the configuration of services, for example, is going to be like, how those multi-service holes are going to look, and we give guidance to our clients on what they need to do to enable us to turn up at the required time and give them a tested solution.
We aim to do that for anybody who asked for one. So you could go from having their competent tradespeople just checking at eaves level in the attic to having an independent inspector that would actually get into the kind of makeup of the building, drill holes, get an endoscope in, have a look and make sure that everything was, as it should be.
Behind render systems, and now we've pushed on, done 40 plus tests, and now we're in a place where we've got a injectable fire barrier to work around combustible insulation, or on its own to achieve 2 hours. There is nothing else like it. It's patented in the UK, or patent pending I should say, which means we've been 18 months now with no searches come back. We've gone global with the patent, and we're looking to take the system global as well.
But we're not only looking at products that we can offer tested solutions for, we're also looking at, is that the most cost-effective solution as well? Because we can always give them an over-engineered solution, but that doesn't help the client with his cost plan. So not only are we looking at the individual details on site, we're looking for, as far as a compliance process is required, but we're also looking at, is that the most cost effective? So what that gives us is the right product at the right price.
So I started out very much in terms of public safety. It's a public safety venture. So I took the campaign and evolved that to be New Build Database. So prior to me kind of asking the questions and completing the survey, nothing like that existed, and it's very, very niche. I see going forward that it's going to grow into something that can be all things to all people.
Primarily it's enabling works. This product requires a brick or a block or 2 bricks taken out every 2 meters, fed in and injected, as opposed to standard traditional barriers where you take out a brick, run every meter or so, then reinstate, you've got weather, you've got scaffolding and all that sort of horrible stuff that goes into it. This can be done off cradles, ropes, mupes, it doesn't matter, any weather, provided it's safe, I suppose, and it's fast.
Very much going to give the residents a voice. It's going to help developers to be able to benchmark themselves against others or to identify trends and risks and issues across the country. So they'll be able to see that they have a particular issue in a particular area that doesn't exist elsewhere, and they'll be able to go in and investigate that. For campaigners, I'll be able to give them specific data that's verifiable, and that's really powerful because there's nothing really other than the over 18 metres buildings in terms of kind of real data that you can prove. So that there's nothing out there for that at the minute, so that's something we're currently pulling together and working on.
Best practice is what the ASFP is all about, and the right thing, having standards in place, and that's always a good thing. So any profession, any trade has to have those people that set themselves out to be doing a good job, and the ASFP does support that.
I'd like to say thank you to the residents who put their trust in me and gave me the information that allowed me to write my reports and identify the risks and issues. I'd also like to thank all of the construction professionals who supported me through that process and welcomed me with warm open arms. And I'd like to say thank you to ASFP for recognising what I've done to date with this award.
I suppose it's a director group that we've all believed in the system, believed in the product, and it sounds strange to thank yourself, but we have put a lot of faith, time and money and effort into this. But without our client base, we wouldn't be able to do it either. Our clients have shown a lot of faith in us in trying things and working with us to develop solutions. And we're very thankful of their patience, but also they're willing to experiment, which has led us on to what Injectaclad is.
And I think being part of the SFP, you can help other members, and I think there needs to be more collaboration between members, I think, because I think there's lots of members doing different things that no one knows about, and at some point everyone finds out, but if you work together you can get there much quicker.
Time, weather, and